I'm your host, Betty. Thanks for listening to the podcast today. We're talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier's 5th episode called Truth. I don't have much to add from the previous episode. One thing though, next week is going to be the finale to this show. So I'm thinking I'm not gonna replace this show with anything. I'm gonna move Men in Kilts to Mondays and just be covering Men in Kilts and Outlander for a while, because doing 3 shows, it's a little bit of work, and I've been doing this since March, and it feels like I've been doing it for nonstop. So I'm gonna kind of just do 2 shows for a while, and once I get done with Men in Kilts, because Men in Kilts I think's only got 4 episodes left. So once I get done with Men in Kilts, I'll add another show. But for right now, yeah, that's the plan. The discussion for this episode, let's just get into that. The synopsis reads, John Walker deals with the aftermath of his actions, and Sam and Bucky return to the U.S. to deal with personal challenges while trying to figure out Carly Morgenthal's next step. So this episode, it basically starts out where the last one left off, right after John Walker killed that Flag Smasher soldier, and he's running through, and he goes into this warehouse, and he's having flashbacks and memories of Lamar, and he's remembering what Lamar had told him about that he always makes good decisions in the heat of battle and this and all that, and John Walker, he's struggling with this because, of what he just did. And he didn't listen to Lamar, and he kneels down there in that warehouse, and he gets up, he says, time to go to work. And he starts to leave, but Bucky and Sam are there, and they're trying to talk him down. And, they're talking about how you don't want to go down this way. Bucky is telling him, and, John Walker says, y'all saw it, I had to do it. He killed Lamar. And of course, and Bucky, he says that, no, he didn't kill Lamar, that guy that he killed. He says that you don't want to go down this way because it can destroy you. And of course, Sam, he says that they will probably, won't be so hard on him considering his record and everything. And he says, you got to give me the shield. And at this point, John Walker, he's like, oh, so this is what this is about, And I want to take a minute right here before we get into what's fixing to happen. This whole opening scene with John Walker and everything, you do feel bad for John Walker right here. I mean, it doesn't matter how you feel about this guy. He's not your Captain America or whatever. He just lost his best friend. And he just, did something horrible in front of everybody. He has, he's been saying from the beginning, the very minute we met him in the 2nd episode, he had doubts about filling these shoes of Captain America, and it's all come rattling down on him. So you do feel bad for him, because obviously Lamar was somebody that kept him grounded and kept him, he was his moral compass. He was someone that helped him, not get too caught up in this whole Captain America thing. He was someone who made him feel proud to be Captain America, and now he's lost that. So, yeah. And Wyatt Russell, in this scene, he did such a good job portraying someone who is coming unraveled and losing it. He did a fantastic job. So I just like in the last episode, I gave a shout out to Sebastian Stan for his performance. This episode, I actually want to give a shout out to Wyatt Russell for this whole performance right here. So back to the episode. John Walker and Bucky and Sam, they're all standing there, and they're getting ready to, Bucky and Sam are getting ready to take the shield from John Walker, so they start fighting. And this fight scene, y'all, The episodes for me, I live in Texas, so I have standard Central Time. So the episodes they drop at 2 a.m. in the morning. I would not recommend y'all do that. I would not recommend y'all watch it when it drops on Disney Plus in the middle of the night. I mean, I hope if you're listening to this podcast, y'all have already watched this episode. But, yeah, you're going to end up waking your family up in the house. Okay? At 2 o'clock in the morning. That's what I did. I mean, my husband was still awake and he was, playing video games and stuff. But, like, I was sitting here and I was watching this scene and, like, I verbally shout out, like, stop, don't do this, and, my husband looked at me and he asked me, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. No, but in all seriousness, the scene, they're struggling for the shield, and Bucky, he's fighting John Walker. They're all in close contact with him because John Walker, he's actually using the shield as a blunt force object. He's not using it the way it's supposed to be used. And so, but they're fighting. He throws Bucky across the room and disarms him. His arm does this weird electrical shock thing. And then he starts fighting the Falcon. And, the Falcon is flying. And the Falcon is trying to get the shield and everything. And John Walker's yelling, the shield is mine. It's mine. I am Captain America and all this. And so Bucky and Sam, they team up together to get that shield off of him, and they end up with such force getting it off of him that they break his arm. And it's like, you could feel that, man. It hurt so bad. And like, I never expected for this show to go that dark, to do a scene like that, But, yeah, they end up getting the shield and knocking John Walker out. And Bucky goes over there and he picks up the shield and he lays it next to Sam. While Sam and John Walker were fighting too, by the way, John Walker ripped his wings off of him, which that made me so upset. But anyway, Bucky lays the shield next to Sam. Sam picks it up and he starts cleaning the blood off of it and everything. And it goes to the title card, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And your heart really breaks right here for Sam because, when he's cleaning the blood off that shield, he feels responsible. You can see it that he feels responsible for everything that has happened since he gave that shield to the government or the American people. And he didn't know that that's what was going to happen with the shield, but he feels responsible because he didn't keep the shield. And, you feel bad, you want to tell Sam that, you do deserve this shield, man. You deserve it. Steve Rogers gave it to you. You should be Captain America. But, you can tell right now that it's weighing on him that he doesn't, he feels like it's his fault for everything that's happened. And, John Walker, when they were fighting too, he also said that they could have been a team. And, that's probably true. But, I don't blame Bucky and Sam for not teaming up with Captain America. I blame John Walker for them not wanting to team up with him because of his arrogancy and his not, just the way John Walker was being. I blame that on him because, he was trying to be in charge. And, like I said, I touched on it in the last